Okay, I thought I'd make an initial quick rundown of the fake brakes I got off of Alibaba. These, I'm well aware, are fake brakes. They were extremely cheap. I want to say the brakes themselves came up to something like about $1,150 with rotors and pads. And these are like 6 piston fronts and 4 pistons rear. I'm going to be putting on my Infinity. Again, I was 100% aware that they're fake. From what I did research on, they're replicas of the AP Racing. I want to get this right. AP Racing CP 9040s. Oh, this guy. I'm sorry. Sorry, the replicas of the CP Racing, AP Racing CP 9040s. A member in the group I'm in actually got them first. I spoke to him about it. I asked for his review after around, I want to say 2 years in Canadian weather. He said that they've been fine, they've been great, they've been operating extremely well. So that's why I actually wanted to get a replacement set of brakes for my Infinity myself, my Q50. I was running the base 2 piston up front, 1 piston in the rear brakes. They're trashed. Honestly, anything is better than those things. So I said, hey, why not? Maybe let me experiment a bit. Oh, this girl. Yeah, I said, hey, anything is better than what I was running on those, especially for my daily driver. I don't track the car or anything like that. So again, anything is better than those. But enough talking. Let me get to opening up the box. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. These look like the stainless steel brake lines it came with. Looks like it came with banjo bolts, new bolts, and again, the lines themselves. They look pretty good. All right, these look like the front calipers. They came with the rotors inside. The pads inside. Sorry, let me bring this up a bit. I'm no brake expert at all. I'm just doing my amateur inspections. At least they didn't paint on the contact points over here. The pads, I don't know. The pads look okay. These are the pads it came with. The paint job looks fairly good. But who knows from initial appearances when you run the car for a bit and the heat and the weather and it looks kind of weird right here. Like the paint is not really thing, but again, these are, I want to say, exact replicas of those brakes I did research on. They look exactly like them. Of course, without the stamps or whatnot, but okay. I'll put this down. Oh, no, sorry. These are the rotors. They're 2-pieced. The description or my contact for the brakes did say that they were ceramic. So I don't know how much I believe that, but this is them. Just open them. They look good. They're not as heavy as I expected, but they are huge. As you can see here, they're 380 millimeters. That's huge. They're, I want to say, either bigger or the same size as my Mustang brakes. My Mustang Brembos up front, so they are huge. So these obviously look like the fronts. So let's open up the other box for the rears. Here, it looks like we have the brackets. Let's give these an open. This is the bracket. Let's see. All right, good. Okay, so what I feel these brakes are, I feel that all of these brakes are more or less a universal setup for every car. The only real difference is, of course, maybe the lines and the brackets. So I feel that this company technically makes brakes or makes the calipers and rotors somewhat universal. And then here's the brackets that make a difference. I mean, look, they look like, oh no, I thought it was rust. I was about to say, I mean, it kind of looks like it. No, it's dirt, but yeah. Again, I'm pretty sure that they make these calipers universal and just change the brackets so it could fit any car. Because again, 380 is huge for this car. Those are huge brakes, rotors for this car. So again, I feel that they just make all of them and then again just make different brackets. All right, so let's continue on. Okay, here we have the rears. Again, calipers, pads inside. I mean, again, the pads look, I don't know, to me they look kind of but hey, again, I'm no brake expert. They said they're ceramic pads, but who knows? This one looks like it has a little indent up there. I wonder if, see up there? I wonder if it's made to do that. Oh yeah, it's on both sides, so unless it's made to be like that, I don't know. Oh, I don't like this. Nah, I hate this right here. Like they painted or powder coated over the line over here. I hate that. That looks so couldn't they just like take that part? Yeah, so that's my another initial thing. Like they painted over this entire line. Either they just had the line on and they just went over it, but I don't know. That kind of looks kind of and the bolts, if you notice. For this one, they just painted over everything. It looks like they had this thing already assembled and they painted over it. But let's go back to these. Because I think these, the fronts, the bolts are not painted over. I mean, these have paint on them, which is fine-ish. But these, the rears, which are the 4-piston, they just painted over the entire thing. Huh. So, I don't know how I feel about that, but let's keep moving. Oh, here are the rears. The rears are huge too. The rears are huge. Hold on, let me open up. Let me see the size of these. These are huge to be rear rotors. Yeah, these are huge for. Oh wow, they're the same size as the fronts. 380 millimeters. That's crazy. I mean, they feel slightly lighter, but they're huge. So pretty much you can't run any wheels smaller than 19s. You have to have like at least 19s to be able to run this setup. Because if the rear rotors are just as big as the fronts, that's kind of crazy. So you know what I'm gonna do? Now I'm gonna weigh everything, compare it to this girl. So now I'm going to weigh everything. I'm going to compare it to like stock weights. Honestly, when it comes to weight savings, I'm not really expecting much. If not, maybe might even gain a little bit because, again, the rear size is huge. 380 millimeters for the rear is kind of huge. So again, I'm not expecting much weight savings when it comes to these kits. And honestly, I'm expecting more when you compare it to maybe the Z1 kits, the 4 pistons, I'm expecting more because, again, these are huge. I mean, for the fact that they're two-piece might save some weight, but again, I'm not expecting much weight savings. Also, when it comes to these, I'm gonna install them. I don't know if I'm gonna put it in this video or the next video. I might separate the two, but I am gonna install them today, in fact, and run them and see how they work. So hopefully they freaking stop and I don't end up in a wall, but anything is better than those base brakes. I needed a brake change anyway, and when it comes down to the cost, they were, again, 11, I want to say 1150, but then when you add shipping from China was like a lot of money. It was like $270, but you can't say it's a lot. I mean, $270 shipped cross country, international, is kind of cheap, especially when it comes to the weight of these things. So everything in total, I want to give a rough estimate, came to about $1,450. I'm not, again, expecting anything spectacular. They're, in my personal opinion, mainly for looks. I'm really not expecting much crazy performance. I just want the car to stop properly or stop better, even slightly better. But again, it's not my fast car, it's my daily car. I have a car that I use if I want to go fast, but this is my daily driver. I just want it to look good and stop. All right, so again, I'm going to weigh everything. I'm going to compare it to the stock weights. I'm going to post the weights of everything either in the video or in the description, but I'm going to post the weights up. You could compare it to your current brake kits and see if it's something that you'll more like. So here we go. I'm going to either add the install to this video, or honestly, I just might make it a separate video. I think that's a better thing, just instead of cramming everything in one video. I wanted to touch on a few more things. Okay, they took approximately 30 days, if not, no, I want to say like 45 days from initially contacting the supplier about the brakes themselves. It took like around a week, 2 weeks to be made, and it took another, let's say 30 days just to get here to the States. I live in New York. So it took like 30 days to get here after they were shipped. The supplier, she was extremely helpful. When it came to ordering, she gave me all the information. But again, it took like around 45 days from initially contacting to being shipped. I'm not expecting amazing brakes. And again, the big thing about having something shipped overseas is the support, especially for these. Like, I don't even know how to get replacement pads for these. You know, I really don't know. I did contact her. She said that, they have pads available. What I may do if I like them is order a extra set of rotors and a few pads and just keep them stored for whenever the car, needs to get serviced. The extra set of rotors might be good for the life of the car, more or less, because, you don't change rotors often. But again, the pads you change more often. So again, I might order another set or two of the pads if the brakes work, just if the brake work. Again, these are fake replica brakes. I can't say they're fake brakes. They're replica brakes. And I know that, and I'm taking them as they are. I'm taking a risk myself, and I know that. I know I might get a lot of hate, like, oh my God, why would you cheap out on stuff like that? Da, 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 I got you. You know what I'm saying? I understand you. You're 100% right. But, sometimes you got to try something. All right. It could be beneficial if somebody else is thinking about this. It could be beneficial to them to understand what they're getting themselves into, get their hopes up, let their hopes down. Somebody has to try these things out, in my personal opinion, just to get a full-on review. Because, not everybody's made of money to afford, like, a kit like this could easily cost near like $6,000, $5,000, $6,000. And especially if it's just for a guy that wants the look of things. I know there's prime manufacturers, and 100% they're the guys that you need to go to if you want performance and quality parts. But if you a guy on a budget, your daily driver, you just want something to show up at a car show, maybe these might work for you, especially if they do stop your car properly. All right, that's the biggest thing: stopping your cars properly and safely. And that's what I'm gonna be going over in the next video, just to make sure that these things do stop. Again, performance wise, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I would never, unless there's a closed track and I have a full roll cage in my car, I would never really want to track my car or drive at high speeds with this stuff, like, to be on the safe side. But hey, you never know what could happen. All right, so again, I just wanted to close the video with these final thoughts, and we'll see you in the next part where I install, drive, and do a test run of these.